woman pulled over by an undercover cop. She had no idea it was a law enforcement officer because he was disguised as a rideshare driver.
What the f?
Common to see law enforcement in unmarked patrol cars, but some deputies are disguising themselves as Lyft drivers.
Yo, fair use. I'll be quick, man. Remember when I got booked back in story time in front of Club Space? Yo, I was working as a Lyft driver. Now, I'm gonna put it like this. Doesn't it stand to reason that if the cops had some sort of controlled schizophrenia initiative taking place, maybe as a means of cleaning up the community, just giving them the benefit of the doubt? And you can look up controlled schizophrenia. It's a real concept, and it's something that law enforcement uses. But nah, let's say you got the initiative and you running it at nighttime. You know, because what they say, the freaks come out at night, right? Maybe that's the best way to lock down the city, get rid of that criminal element. Then you got someone out there like me who's doing his own thing, looking around, observing the city, observing the people, but still having a good time, you know?
Let's do it in a Porsche, man. Clean as that boy tired, though. That's that Miami lifestyle. Behind me can't wait, but he gonna have to. I'm gonna wake buddy up, though. Good time. You, man. Wrong with you? Suck my.
Hey, listen, excuse my language. I was just trying to help the dude out, man. Trying to avoid some casualties out there, you know? This dude fell asleep in his car, so I just woke him up. The dude behind me couldn't stop honking his horn. Who knows who he could have been? And in fact, that was actually in Brickell, right by downtown Miami. Right by Club Space. Listen, I don't go around trying to make friends or enemies, to be clear. I just do what I do. And if it offends you, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? You step to me. And if as men we can get to a place where we agree to disagree, then that's okay too. There's no need to get violent. Don't get me wrong. But it stands to reason that they want to get me out of the way. The city of Miami police specifically. And they did so that night. And what was strange about that arrest that I'm actually seeing till this day, the arrest as it's listed, they wrote it out as resisting police and firefighter without violence, which again didn't happen at all. But they wrote it out that way. And it continues to pop up on consumer reports and background reports that I've been running for different reasons. Some have to do with employment and some have to do with businesses. But this is an issue that has to do with compensatory damages. And the courts down here seem to be playing along by dragging this thing along, which, by the way, there's apparently a statute that says after 180 days, they're technically supposed to drop it or they have no case. And this is, again, a misdemeanor and also in traffic court. But I just wanted to mention that. But what's also interesting is that even though you haven't necessarily been found guilty and you're fighting this thing in the court, it still pops up as a notice or something. It was almost like an asterisk that pops up on your consumer report or background check. Anyway, this news story helps. Just documenting the whole experience. And it's still all good.
Thanks for joining us on this Wednesday. I'm Luann Sorrell. And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. We wanted to know if this was legal. Fox 35's Randy Hildreth joins us live from the Orange County Sheriff's Office tonight. Randy, the woman who was pulled over, understandably so, was very concerned.
Yeah, good evening to you both. So to answer the first question is probably in the back of your mind. No, this deputy does not have two jobs, one at the sheriff's office, one for Lyft. They say that's not happening. They did say that that deputy does put the sticker on his windshield, but they say he uses it on his windshield to help solve crimes. But as you mentioned, the woman I spoke to says that that sticker on his windshield raises a lot of concerns for her.
Sherry McGuire doesn't deny she was speeding down State Road 528.
Yes, I was speeding. I admit it.
And she understands she got a ticket for breaking the law.
He gave me a ticket for going 64 in a 55.
But she was confused about the vehicle the Orange County deputy used to pull her over.
It was a Chrysler, I think like a black or dark gray Chrysler minivan, and it had a Lyft logo right in the center of the windshield. So it's like, okay, this is weird. McGuire snapped this picture and shared it with Fox 35. Flashing patrol lights in the car's grill. And if you look closely, a Lyft sticker on the front windshield.
I was just completely shocked. I told him, I'm like, that's lying, that's deceitful, and it's not safe for the general public.
Fox 35 sent a picture to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. They confirmed it's real. We were told a deputy from its fugitive task force was working traffic details Sunday morning and stopped McGuire for speeding. They said, quote, he placed the Lyft sign in the vehicle for more of an incognito appearance in his fugitive role. But to be clear, he is not a Lyft driver. Criminal defense attorney Stacey Felter says law enforcement isn't breaking the law by pretending to work for the ride-hailing service while on duty.
They have every ability to do that and use any tools that they find that are necessary to prevent crimes, to patrol.
Although law enforcement can, McGuire questions if they should. She says she pulled over because she saw the flashing lights, but says the Lyft sticker made her question if she was being stopped by a real deputy.
There's people that impersonate officers all the time, you know, and so you see it all the time in the news. So how do I know that that wasn't somebody just impersonating an officer trying to pull me over? I mean, he looked legit, but that is definitely not safe.
So I did ask the sheriff's office, what should someone do if they aren't sure they're dealing with a real deputy? A couple things. One, they say to call 911. A dispatcher should be able to verify if that deputy is legit. Two, they say to drive safely and slowly to a well-lit public area. Don't try to flee from that stop. And they say three, to ask that deputy, that officer, for their name and their badge number. Also, for reference for the story, I did reach out to Lyft to get comments, still waiting to hear back from them.